everybody, this is Audrey, also known as Noble Strength, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this video, which I am entitling Project Help Me Jesus, because this is a daunting task. I've taken on the task of teaching myself to sew. My mom used to sew and she tried to teach me, but I just was not really into it at that time. And now, you know, being older, I realized, you know, the value in knowing how to sew. So I thought that since Hancock Fabrics was going out of business, this would be the perfect time to get a sewing machine and get all the things I need to take on this project. And since it's summer and this is a break for me, I thought, why not do it? So here I am in my sweatshop here at home. I call it a sweatshop because it's literally kind of hot. I need to turn the air on. I also have decided to set this up as my sewing area, and the idea was to do something simple, like a simple wrap skirt, at least I thought. And then when I went to the fabric store, I picked out the brand Simplicity because, duh, Simplicity, I thought, you know, it would be a simple pattern to make. And it turns out it has like 8 or 9 pieces to make a wrap skirt, which I was just like, wow, really? So there are like all these different panels that you have to sew together, and then you have to make a slit, and you have to attach the tie ends, you have to make the waistband and all this stuff. So yeah, I had some hard times. I mean, hard enough to where I felt like I need to sing some Negro spirituals. But so this is what I'm working on, and so what I'm going to be sharing with you in this video is the steps in the process. So I'll be behind the camera in the scenes that you're going to see, but I'll be narrating and tell you what I'm doing and how it's coming along. So here is the skirt that I've done so far, and like I said, it's a learning process as I go along. But I have basically stitched all the panels together, as you can see, and then I've kind of stitched up the edges, the end pieces. I've attached the band, the waistband here, and now I'm going to have to put on the tie ends or on the ends of the band, and then make a slit to thread the band through so that I can tie it, and then I have to hem it at the bottom. So I still have a ways to go, but I think this is something that I can get done within a day. And I started a little late today, so I haven't been working on this continuously. I've just been breaking it up into stages. The first day I was gung-ho and I was just like, I'm gonna knock this out in one day. And after about 3, well, I should take that back. It was probably about maybe 2 hours of reading instructions and watching a video on how to use the sewing machine. Then I started actually working. So then I worked for probably about 2 or 3 hours, and then I just kind of burned myself out the first day. So I just kind of took a break, and then the next day I worked on it, and so on. So I've been working on it for 3 days now, and I'm hoping that I can get done definitely by tomorrow. So what you're gonna see is how it looks as I'm going through. Well, looks like I'm about to start my sewing project, and the easy part was watching the DVD for this Brothers sewing machine and then threading the lower and upper thread. But now I'm looking at these patterns, and this is confusing as all get out. And you would think that with me being an artist that I could just look at the pictures and it just comes to me, but right now it's a little bit daunting and intimidating, but I'm gonna go ahead and press through this. Hopefully once I start cutting the patterns out, it'll kind of come to me, but I've just been reading the directions, and the directions are so wordy that it's like, okay, can I do this? But we shall see. We shall see. Stay tuned. Alright, so I'm here. I've got my fabric spread out. I'm about to make these, I was about to say these pants, but it's actually a wrap skirt. The pattern could be pants, but I chose to go with the wrap skirt. So I'm about to do that, and as you can see, it's a lot of pieces to this. So about to get started with the cutting, and we'll see where we go from here with this puzzle. Okay, so I finally got the patterns placed on the fabric in such a way where I can cut out all the pieces. I was really like about to just pull out my hair because I didn't think I was given enough yardage on the fabric, and I had no clue of, you know, how to determine what to do as far as getting them all to fit, but I got it to work. So I'm about to pin this and then cut them out. So the patterns have been cut, pinned and cut, and now I have to trim them up on the appropriate lines, and then I guess I can start reading the instructions to see how I'm going to piece these together. So progress is slow, but I'm hanging in there. Alright, so it took me forever, but I finally trimmed the pieces to the pattern. So everything is trimmed and ready to start being sewn together. So here's the pile of the leftover pieces after the trimming. So now I have to ask myself, where do I go from here? Gotta figure it out. Alright, so I just completed putting the ties on for the wrap dress. So I've got the ties on either end, and I'm just pressing down the waistband, which I'm getting ready to do a slip stitch on. At least that's what the pattern says to do a slip stitch. And then after I do that, I am going to try it on, and then I'm going to put the, make a button hole so that I can put the ties through it so that it stays up properly around the waist. So I'm gonna first do the slip stitch. Then after I do the buttonhole, I am going to hem this bad boy and I will be done. Yes, yes, yes. Progress is being made. Alright, so this is how far I've gotten. I have gotten the waistband kind of turned down. I've got the end ties on, and as you can see, it has lots of panels. I had to add some extra panels on because you kind of learn as you go along. I didn't cut the pattern. I didn't get the layout right, and so I lost some material. But anyway, here's the pins on the inside, so I'm going to have to do a slip stitch by hand on the inside for the band. And then after I do that, I need to do a buttonhole so I can put one of the tie ends through so that the dress will hang properly, and then I will do a hem. So on my dress form, I've already measured my measurements and made the dress form to fit my measurements. So it says that you're supposed to do right over left. So we're going to put the left here, wrap that around, and then the right goes over the left like that. Okay, and then if there was a button, I guess you would call a button tie, or buttonhole I should say, on that side, you would put it through there and then you would tie it on this side. So it would look like that, and then you just tie it, and then of course I'll have to press it out, steam it out, but it's coming along. And then I'll put my hem in it and I'll have my black maxi wrap dress. Not too shabby for a first time. It's not perfect, but it's definitely wearable outside the house, that's for sure. So it's coming along. Try what you've been wanting to try, whether it's photography, painting, sewing, you name it. And look for future videos for other sewing projects that I will be doing and sharing with you. So I thank you for coming along with me on this first time journey, and also look for a video on how to style a black wrap maxi dress. I'm going to do about 4 or 5 different ways to style it, so look out for that video as well. And without further ado, I'm about to show you the finished product, so sit tight. Alright, so this is the finished wrap skirt. I know what the flaws are, and but for a first time I think I did pretty good. I like the way that it flows and it twirls, so there's lots of movement. But anyway, I paired it with this thrifted top and tank. So that's the end product. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Once again, this is Audrey, also known as Noble Strength. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe and share, and I will see you next time. And remember to be a good steward of all that God has given you, because He loves us so much and He's given us so much. So try to be a good steward of your money and just your time, and just value life. Bye.